And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consider existing in existence. I had this whole moment last night as I was going to sleep, thinking about the fact that I am existing. Right? Something really as simple as that, just like this. I exist. And you do too, right? I think that's the interesting thing. We share an existence. Indigo, hello, friend. It's nice having you here with us this morning. How has existing in this existence been treating you, Indigo? Even more poignant to ask, do you believe there is any separation between existence and existing? Do you think there's any difference between what existence is and what you are? Squints reads topic, but it's Monday. Yes.
Existentialism Monday.
Have some existentialism on Monday. Existential, existence. Indigo, Melt, Sam, Dan. Hello, friend. It's nice having you here, Dan. Sending you love. Thank you for existing here alongside us. This hurts my head, Indigo says. No, 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 no. No hurts headed. No needings of hurting headings. We're talking about existings instead. Yes. How much existence is out there, I wonder. This dog is existing next to me. Existing loudly, I'll say even. With his grunting ass. Grunting.
Happy.
Yes. Happiness.
Happiness exists.
Happiness is also a part of existence. We're fasting today again. So I'm drinking black coffee. Like an old man. I slept really well last night. Like really surprisingly well. I don't think anything changed. It was just one of those nights that I came back positive. There is definitely something about going to sleep that's like non-existence, isn't it? It's like you have to not exist for a while in order to exist properly. If you don't sleep, you find yourself tired and unable of being engaged in the world. It does take me a little bit of a while to get completely switched on. But existence is a fundamental state of reality, as Dan says. I'm curious to see what the comment just above it. I'll get to that one now. This is actually hurting my head because, explore with me, I had a rare out of body experience today. Ooh, just nothingness as an experience. Existence with nothing. Existences with nothing. It's interesting that you say that, Indigo. I don't know if you were here for that conversation, but I have definitely talked about quite a bit how I've been in a float tank, a sensory deprivation float tank. And in that space, I also found myself in complete nothingness, but existence was just as present for me, right? Like I wasn't any more, I wasn't existing anymore or any less, even though there was nothing in comparison to the everything that I'm used to having, right? So again, I think that brings us back to the real question is there a difference between existing and existence? If you didn't exist, would there be an existence? I think the part of us that's without ego, right, would like to believe that yes, existence is a fundamental state of reality. However, I think so are you, right? You are a fundamental state of reality. The you that you are, the I that I am, is always, right? Inexclusive to this thing that we are experiencing it through. I'd like to believe at the very least, but who am I to say? Existence is the fundamental state of reality. In a space of infinite dimensions, there's only existence, and it's cascading down like a series of waterfalls. You know, that makes me think about all of the existence that there is that isn't having anything existing within it, right? And maybe that's the curiosity we can explore today is if there is no thing existing in an existence, is there an experience to be had? Is it real? If there's nothing experiencing it, it's the whole if a tree falls in the middle of a forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? And in my mind, no. No, it doesn't make a sound. It puts vibrations into the air, maybe. But sound is a quality of hearing, of little hairs, little bones vibrating in your ear, turning that vibrational energy into a signal that your brain can then decode and make sense of. And I can't see how existence is somehow different. I think, in fact, existence is not even a sensory experience, right? Because again, as Indigo has said, you can exist in nothingness. You can exist in complete darkness. You don't have to have any of your senses peak. No sound, no smell, no sights, no feeling even. And still there is the continued existence. I'm too tired and my head is hurt for this. It's okay, Indigo. We'll be here again next time. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about a little bit more chill stuff. Did you try your creme brulee today, Melt? I didn't creme brulee it. I don't think we added any sugar. And our little blowtorchy is so small. But we did add peanuts and protein muesli, granola. Protein yeah, it's high protein content. Not high, it's like 20%, but it's not nothing. So yeah, that's what we did, bro. He's doing it with a cup of blueberries.
With vanilla? Oh my.
Yeah, making a new batch of a cup of wild blueberries mixed in each serving. A cup per serving. That's a lot of antioxidants. Sounds nice. Yeah. We did we did a little bit of muesli or granola and the peanuts. Peanuts makes it kind of like
Delicious. Like a candy bar.
like a candy bar, literally. Like eating candy. I'm making a new batch. Bless again. I am, therefore I exist. Prairie Wolf gets where I'm going with this. Exactly.
I am, therefore I am.
She is, therefore she has. You smell good. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Love you, John. See you again soon. Seen you already. Yeah, that I can do. My message, please read. What is the name? What? That message made 0 sense to me all at the same time. Nyan, bless you? I'll say. You can be blessed, but I don't know what you're asking. What is this name? My year 10. I am old boy. Oh, Kiro. I'm happy that we're growing up together. Shantae is here with us too. Hello, Shantae. Me zooming in with my eyeballs, like what's happening there. Existing is the singular perspective. Existence is what we are as a unified whole that we're meant for. Existing. To be this thing instead of not to be this thing. Right? Can you imagine what non existence is like? Think we can pretend that non experience exists. However, I don't have any proof of it. Right? Can you prove that there is such a thing as non experience? Such a thing as non existence? Because I do believe as Indigo said earlier, that you can experience nothing. But the thing is, you still exist, even when there's nothing for you to experience. Right? Like that existing, that equality of existing cannot be taken away from you. Spiders feel it. We love spiders. I do love spiders. We got spiders in the house. I was looking for the spider homie that there he is. Found him. You want to see? It's not the best, but you can see him. There's a little spider duty. Look at him doing his little spider things. He's like, I'm gonna be looking for some bugs or something. I like spiders. I probably shouldn't be as okay with spiders in my house as I am, but I haven't died of spider bites yet, so they haven't taken existence from me. So I don't know if I want to take existence from them. Also, it seems like existence implies perpetuity. Perpetuity, there we go. Whereas existing is finite. Okay, now we got some nuance to discuss. There is a little bit of finiteness to existing, right? If I am an existing human being, I can cease to exist as this human being, right? My body can perish and I can cease to live. And maybe if I cease to live in this world of existence, you might say Melt no longer exists. However, Sam, it's not true, is it? No. Every conversation I've had, every piece of art that I've made, every person I've touched, every experience I've shared, all of that is me continuing to exist in some way. Maybe if enough time passes and I am completely forgotten, maybe then there is a ceasing to my existing. However, there is the thing that is experiencing this thing's existence, right? And again, that I feel it exists. Surely we can agree on that part, right? The part of you that is experiencing your human life exists, right? Which again means to me that there is two layers of existence simultaneously being experienced here. There's the observer, and then there is the ego, the the physical embodiment of reality as a self. Is it something that you admire? Is it something you appreciate? Is it something that fascinates you? I do spend a lot of time thinking about non existence. But again, I could say the words, I think about nothing. In that context, non existence, if you try and think about it gets a little bit head hurty, as Indigo said. I don't think there is such a thing. I don't believe it. I don't believe there is such a thing. We can only exist. Existing is finite, maybe as the physical form, but not as the experiencer, not as the existence itself. I think, again, existence does have a perpetuity to it. And then the things that come to exist within it is like expressions of itself, right? At least that's my perspective. Spiders and possums, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We aren't the only things in existence that can hear. It's true, but I did say the words no one. All right. So not even a bug, not even a bird, not even anything that can hear could have heard. Right. So in that perspective, it is a matter of yeah, we we are the ones that create existence. I'm being highly optimistic. Oh, Barack, that's nice. I wasn't even trying to be optimistic, but the fact that you are receiving me as optimistic is pretty cool. Ticks and mosquitoes bad. I got mosquito bitten yesterday. Me and Joe have been busy. We did end up cleaning a whole space. We created a whole space that we didn't have before, and it's very satisfying. Probably will have to do a lot more this week, but it's rewarding to do so. Life is sometimes about pride, lust, prejudice, and darkness. Barack Jr., I don't disagree, right? That all of these things that you mentioned are also a part of existence. I have had my fair bit of pride, lust, prejudice, and darkness, right? However, the quality that I'm trying to discuss today is the quality that continues despite of, right? There's something in you that continues to exist no matter how much pride, lust, prejudice, and darkness is out there, right? Those things cannot quell the fire that is your existence, right? It's untouchable, right? And maybe sounds like I'm talking about it from a place of optimism. And you know what? Maybe I am. Yeah, that is something to be optimistic about. Yeah, nothing can take away my existence. Damn, damn, right? It is kind of like a biblical belief as well. I'm not exactly religious. However, if you reason about it and you kind of like look at your own life and your own experience, then it kind of makes sense why people would come to these conclusions. Sound is an ear thing. Yeah, I think in death, we'll all experience a disembodied consciousness, which will help clear all of this up. Then reincarnation will return us to a state of confusion again. It's interesting that you say the word reincarnation, Dan. I don't know if I believe in reincarnation in the way that it's presented, right? That you embody a new body, right? For me, I think of reincarnation as like school, right? Like you have to go through a bunch of different experiences to develop in a certain way, right? Where there can be a little bit of, like in the Buddhist perspective, a cyclicalness. Like you're just getting washed by the cosmic washing machine over and over and over again, which again is also a pretty cool way to see it. However, for me, it's not so much getting cosmic washing machine, but more super soldier serum. You know what I mean? When Captain America gets put in that thing, and then it gets like, and then he gets out of it all Bojacky. That's kind of what I imagine was happening with the universe. Like we're in some sort of cocoon, right? And it's supposed to make us an even more powerful entity, right? This existence is supposed to make us exist harder, exist more ist, you know? So much existence that it literally just like bursts from us. Like think about it. Actually think about it. The people that you find in your life that exist really exist, right? I can sit here and be like, I'm still existing, right? You see that? That was still me existing in that moment. However, that kind of form of existence isn't as existing as this form of existence, where I'm existing harder. I'm existing more than the existence that there is. I'm like adding to existence by voicing myself, right? Now, literally, by my will, there exists the frequency of right? That frequency now exists in this universe and on the internet forever. And I think that's what we're doing here. I think that's the point of it all. It's not for you to just exist, but for you to get good at it, right? Especially in a world that makes it hard to, you have to fight for your existence, survive so you can continue existing. And I think that's again, that's the way I try to see it instead of just like a reincarnation thing. Because again, if I'm just gonna come back and now I'm existing as a dog, and come back and now I'm existing as a butterfly, come back and now I'm existing as a dinosaur in the prehistoric times, suddenly I'm into the idea of reincarnation again. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I don't have to glamorize it as much for it to be cool. Indigo is in the state of confusion right now. Savage. Mm-mm-mm. My sentiments to Dana. No, love is true. I just appreciate spiders and feel trees fall. Yes, maybe I'm a little confused. Mass floods over here and Meltus over here with mindfucks on Mondays. Mindfucks on Mondays. That's gonna be the new title. Yes. Join MeltMore for Mindfucks on Monday. Where he'll make you question your existence. And then he'll make you question what existence even means. He'll make you question how much you've been existing so that we can exist beautifully, existentially. Yes. Bills rolling in reaffirm my existence. Uh, it groans harder about bills. Why? Why? Why do they have to make it like that? Prairie Wolf. Why do they have to add so many layers that we have to like freaking push past in order to continue our existence? And it's like, and this is maybe the an interesting point to kind of like extend from here. You can not pay your bills. I can feel some friends being like, what is gonna what are you saying? I'm like, hey, hear me out. Hear me out. You can, technically, not pay your bills. The consequences thereof will be real, unfortunately. Right? However, it won't cease your existence. The quality of your existence might change. Right? There might be consequences to not paying your bills. You might not have electricity or water, or you might get evicted from your home or something, you know? However, the actual fact of your existence will continue. There will still be an existence to be had, even if you're homeless, even if you're being kicked out of your space. And I feel this is something about that to me personally that's kind of grand. It's kind of like, hey, yay. The only real fight for your existence that you have to do is just making sure that you have at least enough food for your body to continue. I know here in America you can literally freeze to death, right, if you are out there in the winter times. However, if you can survive the winter as well, your existence will continue. Right, and like the fact that existence wants to. That's the other thing that's really interesting to me. Existence really wants to continue. I saw, and this is one of those things that I don't know if I should share it because it's like it leaves up for interpretation what I am meaning by it, right? Or if I'm judging. I think it's like my own fear of seeming judgmental. I promise. I'm so not judgmental. I'm like the least judgmental person ever. I wouldn't even. However, if I could have judged and I spent some time out there in the world, I once saw what I could clearly see is a very homeless person. Right, that was here in America. Right, like he looked like he was super homeless. He looked like he was like negative homeless. Like if he got a home, he would go straight back to being homeless because the homelessness. I should. Why am I now? I'm overdoing it. You see, that's exactly why I shouldn't. But I'm basically sitting on a grass, a little patch under a tree, and I'm just like people watching, right? Just having some people watch, and all of the other people are like well clothed and showered, and some of them have little bags and packages of the stuff that they had purchased, and some of them are drinking something, some of them are eating something, some of them are like meeting friends that they've had before and connecting with them. And then suddenly, out of right field, I see this like mega homeless person, super homeless. All right. Like, and again, you know it when you see it, right? Like super disheveled, clothing looks like it's almost like falling off of his body. He did look a little bit dirty as well. However, and this is the part that I am getting to, watching his existence brought me great joy. All right. Like in insane, I'm like, it brought me more joy than the average person. All right. And maybe that's a weird thing to say as well. But it wasn't, I wasn't extracting joy from the fact that he was homeless. I was extracting joy from the way that he was existing. All right. He literally had one of those sticks with a little bag at the end on the tip of it. Right. Like, and I like that. I don't know if that's real. I don't know. Maybe it was a simulation or something. Right. It's just like one of the NPCs had like his homelessness slider all the way to max. All right. And I'm just like watching this guy with this stick on his shoulder, like literally cartoon walk, like he was literally fucking cartoon walking. And I'm like, what am I seeing right now? Is this real? And then he does this thing where there's a little ledge, right? So sidewalk and then road. And then as he walks to step off from the sidewalk onto the road as he's cartoon walking, he lifts his leg extra high up and then like falls to the bottom. I don't even know how to explain it. It was hilarious. It was literally like physical comedy. That's what I was seeing in that moment. Oh, this guy knows. He's like super aware of the fact that he is also being observed by reality, right? I don't think he noticed me seeing him. I don't think so, at the very least. But like watching him, like cartoon villain, step down onto the road from the sidewalk, right? And he did this like lift his leg up and then put it down and then went back to walking the same cadence that he was walking before. It was just like this pause, like, and now I'm walking to this. I was like, what am I witnessing? And again, right, seeing stuff like that just reaffirms to me that existence is something shared in that way as well, right? That person existing with a playfulness in their heart made me appreciate my existence more as well, right? The alternative, and this is me now painting streaks of judgment. The alternative is him like being all curled up in his own body, carrying his little stick, like doing small little foot shuffles, one little foot shuffle in front of the other. A small little foot shuffle. He was not doing that. He was taking big strides, like knew exactly where he was going. I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. I bet that guy ain't got no bills. Ain't got not a single bill, Prairie Wolf. That dude hasn't seen a bill in like 40 years. He looked like he was in his 60s. Like he looked like he's been not paying bills for a long time. The thing we aren't experiencing now is non-existence. Again, is it? Is it non-existence? The part of me that's curious about the whole like if a tree falls kind of thing makes me think that maybe yes, what we're not experiencing right now is non-existence. However, the fact that it exists, if there is something that exists out there, to me means that it's a part of the larger system. And because it's a part of the larger system, if you're sophisticated enough and you can track where everything came from and where everything is going, you can technically simulate for all potential states. And in such a world where you have a computer powerful enough to simulate all potential states, all of it is existing. And not only existing, but observed, right? And so still even that is a part of our existing experience. It's an exciting distraction, isn't it, Wolf? Yay, bills. Nah, I think it's quite the opposite. I think when you reach a disembodied state and you shed your human lens, you will experience everything from a place of total neutrality. That I agree with, Dan. That part I am in agreement with. It's the reincarnating into confusion again that I'm not necessarily completely sold on, right? I definitely can see how it could work. However, I also have seen in my own life how I have access to more information than my brain or my senses has been allowed to absorb, right? Like that's the thing. It's like, I do think, I do think that existence continues through you. I have a window spider named Willow, the window time spider. Willow, not like a widow spider. I hope at the very least. Spiders learn your routine, so they come out when you're not around. That's pretty cool. That spider that I spotted is gone. He must have gone away, knowing that it's my routine to be outside. Aw, little jumpy spoon. I always let the spiders live. They're wholesome. In South Africa, I really like the spiders because I'm always fucking contending with mosquitoes and stuff in my room. So a spider usually helps me keep them at bay a little bit. He lives there all day long. He never leaves. That's cute. And if you have emotions attached to the experience in the disembodied state, then you'll reincarnate to work out those desires or attachments. Okay. Okay, Dan. Now I'm back. Now I'm back on the same page as you with what I think could potentially be going on, right? Because again, the confusion word that you use is the thing that I had like real issue with because I would like to believe there's a lot of intention that goes into this existing experience that we're having. And I think that is what I agree with as well. That if you, as he said, disembody, and then you, from that disembodied state, can see everything, right? Not only everything that you have experienced in your life, but everything as it is, everything. And then you can reflect with the everything. You can hold up as a mirror to each other the life that you had just lived and the everything that you know you're capable of. And then you can be like, huh, in this life, I this and that it. I desired an attachments in that way that I feel like I got stuck on. Maybe in this next life, I will focus on that. And again, that's the whole coming back to the super serum or whatever, right? Cocooning. That's kind of what I mean by that, Dan, where there's like an intention. There's a conscious evolution that's going on there, right? And again, the part of it that's kind of confusing to me, and maybe this is an interesting thing for us to discuss in that nature, is maybe there's a part of us that is almost like a soul instinct, right? That we want as souls to be acting in a way that is instinctual, but that instinct should be empathy. That instinct should be love and kindness and, a hopeful way of existing in the world, ideally. And it might be confusing as to what it is I'm saying. For instance, right, that if you're going to reincarnate into, let's say, another human life, right, and the previous human life that you had lived, you were a warmonger, right? You just killed a bunch of people, right? And then you disembody and you're like, oh my goodness, I just like spent an entire lifetime killing myself over and over again. Like, why would I do that? What is wrong with me, right? And then you embody again, right? With that mindfulness of, I don't want to be the kind of person that does that, right? And then you do experience a whole life again. And maybe in that life, you don't follow that path, but you don't know why you're not following that path. It just kind of so happens. Maybe there's a certain conscious evolution happening inside of us where we're becoming more well adjusted souls over time, right? Maybe every time we reincarnate in that way, we become more worthy, right, of heaven, if we're going to use that kind of word. But yeah, I think it's not so clear. Not so clear, is it? Which is maybe a part of the point. Is it a widow time spider or a window time spider? I don't know. I can't spell. A window time spider sings delightful songs about chestnuts, weather, And window time spider seems to be a spider time lord that travels with its window shaped spacecraft. That sounds sick. That sounds so cool. Suddenly, my whole mind just had like a field day with thinking about spaceship that is in the shape of window, piloted by a little spider, right? Them showing up as little aliens here. Imagine that the freaking aliens are spiders, and then they do land on our planet, you know, but then they just look like spiders, so we pay them no heed. It's new moon today, lowest point of energy in the atmosphere. I can feel it, Camilla, Sweden, but I ain't having any. Thank you for all of the low energy. How about I'll give you more? How about I'll bring the energy, moon. If you can't give me any energies, I'll bring it and give you some. I wish I could do more than just exist. Tomo Karm, you want to do more than just exist. What is more than existence? Right? Gestures broadly at literally everything. I'm gonna have everything. You want to be more than everything? Everything. Tell us, Tomo. I'm like not being facetious at this point, right? Seriously, what is more? What kind of more do you want? Do you want more existence in your existence, right? Oh, I want to try the existence that is a yacht or a cruise ship. I want the existence that is traveling to different places. I want the existence that is having a partner or partners, right? I want the existence of accumulating enough wealth to yada yadas. Like, what does that more existence look like to you? If I had to articulate that question to myself, I would say more existence looks like less downtime, right? But the thing is, even in my downtime, I am still existing, right? And I can exist more in my downtime by almost believing that I do, right? Literally, by being like, oh, I have downtime. I don't have anything to do right now. Let me do something that facilitates myself feeling like I do exist, right? Let me make some art. Let me cook some food. Let me, wash the dishes or whatever, right? And then in doing that, you are contributing in that state of low hum existence to the higher dimensional, almost like crystallized existence, right? When you make something or you do something, you change reality by your existence, right? You add to existence, you make it more. Tomo, tell me, I'm curious. I call him Willow the window time spider because Bentley, my dog, has window time there. The song Boris the Spider is disturbingly hilarious. I don't know if I know that one actually. Sam, I check on him every day, multiple times a day. He's my magical musical spider. What's that movie about the skeletons in the afterlife that quit whenever there is no one left to remember them? That was Coco. Yeah, it's interesting that you say they quit, but Coco, pretty good one. I actually enjoyed that movie too. Yeah, your spider farts. Rose, I was thinking something similar, but instead of spacecraft, it weaves webs that are metaphysical fates of reality across dimensions, like those threads of fate from Hercules movie. Bro, Lone Buffalo, did you hear? You were here for that conversation that I had about me meeting what I would consider spider goddess, right? I had that exact experience where I was sitting next to a campfire with my friends and I was looking up at the stars. And I did spend that day walking through a bunch of spider webs, right? And at that point in my life, I was still a little bit uh, skizzy, right? Uncomfortable, I think is a good word. Uncomfortable walking through spider webs, as some people are. And I felt like the universe was trying to teach me something. Like, oh, here, spider webs in your face, spider webs in your face. Have some spider webs in your face. And then at the end of that day, and I'm sitting next to this fire with my friends, and I was looking up at the stars, suddenly it became clear to me that there is some sort of thread of existence There's some sort of web of creation that we are all connected to. And that web of creation was spun by something. Something I could only describe as spider goddess. And she was there, right? She like I could like saw the web first and then I saw spider goddess. And it was terrifying, right? Imagine a spider the size of a blimp, right? But the blimp is like really close to your face, right? The blimp is like where your roof line starts. That's where the blimp starts. And then the face of the blimp is the spider face. And then the body of the blimp is the spider body. And then there was still big old spider legs. And I was like, but I didn't scream because I wasn't scared because Spider Goddess caused me or meant me no harm. However, it dawned on me that Spider Goddess looks and sees through all of her little spider spies, and that I ought to be better to the spiders, lest I incur the wrath of Spider Goddess. Yeah, very careful, very super careful. So the fact that you shared that lone buffalo, I like that. I was thinking, yeah, spacecraft weaves its webs of metaphysical fates of reality across dimensions. I legit though, I had that experience. John and Thwissel, my man. We got John here. Welcome, friend. We got Don saying, "Hey, you know Russian? Нет, пиздец." I shouldn't say that. I can only curse in Russian, unfortunately. I have a friend who can speak Russian and Bulgarian and Afrikaans and English, and I think he's learning how to speak a little bit of Arabic, but he might have stopped. I wanted to name him Boris, but I have a garden spider named Boris outside. I bet he does. He never gets bugs. He must be too stinky. I have spiders that I cultivate. I like praying mantises. That's my favorite insect actually, lone buffalo. I used to have this thing as a kid where I would catch spiders and like I had a baboon spider actually as a kid as well. Just I found a fucking random baboon spider out in nature and I was like, "Oh, Bet, you're now my pet." Right? I found out later that it was probably a female and they are venomous, poisonous, venomous. They are venomous, so I could have died. However, child self, I was like, "Yeah, cool spiders." And then because of that fascination, right, I would like holding insects. That was one of my things. Insects and snakes and pretty much any creature that would let me hold it, I would hold. And there was this quality, right, where a cockroach skitters. Ants too. Ants don't like being held that much. However, praying manti, praying mantises, were just so chill, right? I would like be able to put them on my finger and I would be able to look at them and I'd be able to move them and they would move their little heads to keep me in view and they would like do like little sideways thingies. And then sometimes they would like preen they would like grab their little antennae and they would like put it in their mouths. They would like clean their antennae on my finger and I'd be like, yeah, this dude is cool. This is a cool dude. I don't think there's any other insect that I like quite as much. We have a bunch of lightning bugs here in Indiana. That's pretty special. I haven't seen any praying manti. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I have seen. Oh, I have seen some. I've seen some at a show. I think we need to get ourselves some praying mantises. You can buy like little egg pods apparently, and you can set them free on your property. Establish a little local population. As absolutely horrifying as they are, yeah, something something. Uh, shama shama. Higher dimensional beings. I'm not. I'm looking for the right word. Come on. Archetypes. Yeah. Is it archetypes? Praying mantis. Praying mantis. Praying mantis.
Am I thinking about an archetype? Maybe. I'm thinking about like the highest dimensional form of something, right? Hmm, this looks cool. Looks like it was made by AI, but still pretty cool. This is kind of what I had in my mind, right? When I was like trying to search for something. I have seen beings like this, all right? Yes, I was doing breathwork exercises. And once I've actually experienced completely sober, just closing my eyes, right? Where there were these entities, praying mantis entities, made it feel like the praying mantises that we have on our earth was kind of like inspecting them. Remember when I was talking about the antenna? This one is cleaning his antenna. Look at that dude. That is kind of terrifying. But for some reason, as a child, I was not terrified by them. I was just kind of like fascinated because of stuff like this. Look at those little eyes. He's just a little guy. He's just a cute little guy. Oh my goodness! I think I just saw something cursed. Yeah, it's an edit. Oh my! No, that's not right. Somebody put a lion's face on a praying mantis. Oh my! Or a dog's face. That's so cursed. I'm so sorry for what you're about to see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I showed you that. But I can't suffer alone. We must suffer together. The freaking praying mantises. Yeah. We're also not the first people to think about the praying or the mantids. That's what they're called. The alien species that is praying mantises. Called. Oh my goodness! Near. It's probably some fan art. Yeah. 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 This is horrifying. Oh yes, there's humans for scale. Imagine praying mantises like that. Okay, now stop imagining. I'm sorry. The mantids. It would be cool to meet little mantid dudes, right? I think that would be very horrifying. I think it would be way more terrifying seeing a massive like mantis dude than it would be seeing a little gray alien. Yeah. I got so lost talking about praying mantis. Let me do this quickly. Leave me alone. Sweet. Back to chat. Am I that far behind? I think I might be. What religion are praying mantises? I think that E equals MC squared is proof of the reincarnation process. Hmm. It's an interesting take. I'll have to spend more time with that one before I really have an answer. Matter and energy never dies, it changes state. Death is a change in state of consciousness, and so is reincarnation. I see you. I want to be a spider. You'll be a spider one day, Indigo. I feel the same. We keep coming back until we master learning what we need to ascend to the next level. Yeah. So it's not just a loop of reincarnating, it's like school. We're all in school right now. We're going to school. I want to exist as a spider. Hell yeah. I will be the coolest spider on the block. I will be known as Boris. There's gonna be a good punchline to that setup. Don't mind me today, your love, Prairie Wolf. Don't you worry, no. Is it Mindfuck Monday or Monday Mind? No, too many lines. MeltMore Monday Mind. Say that 5 times fast. Too many hurts. Go back to Spider. I don't know if you have to be in a state of physical activity to maximize your existence, Mel. If you're born a paraplegic, then your spiritual work is to sit in a chair and exist primarily in mind. I agree with that as well. If you're born as Usain Bolt, your spiritual work is to run super fast. It's all what your incarnation looks like. I think I agree with that, right? I wasn't trying to make out a person that is paraplegic as having less existence, right? I was just talking about my existence, right? And the way that we relate to people existing. We want, we are attracted to people that exist fully, right? That exist in this world with a sense of existence, right? Not exist in this world with a sense of non existence. Because you've probably met some people in your life that don't believe they matter or don't believe anything matters for that matter, right? And in that way, there's a kind of non existence there. And it can be very exhausting sometimes being around people like that. Oh no, hi brother, your content is amazing. Thanks. Appreciate the love. My Canadian experience requires not freezing to death half the year. Life in the tundra is a perpetual struggle for existence. What's up, man? Did you have a good weekend? What's the topic today? Still not there just yet. Today's topic is existence, right? Existing and existence, and trying to distinguish if there's a difference between existing and existence. We have come to the conclusion in today's stream that there is, because existing can cease, where existence seems to be perpetual. And I'd like to argue that there is no existence without existing, right? The whole, if a tree falls in a forest and there's nothing or no one to hear it, does it make a sound? And I say no, because sound is a quality of an ear turning vibrations into signals to be interpreted by a brain, right? That is experiencing its own existence, right? So in my mind, I think you are fundamental to this existing experience we're having. And you cannot separate yourself therefrom. Some of them make more than I do in a week. Make more what? Make more money? People that exist? Yeah, I'm sure. Exactly, Prairie, God of the universe, has spiritual work for you, and you're mastering the struggles of the cold. Lamar. How often does snow blindness occur up where you're at, Wolf? Snow blindness? That sounds horrifying. Did someone say farting fire? Gavity goo. Nice having you here, bro. Thank you for joining us. You have very smug face. Yes, stay tuned. You keep saying that. I do like my smug face. Pretty smuggish. On this day today, Meltmore laughed at the tragedies of the homeless. No, lone buffaloes. No, and you bring your mouth to the banana, not the banana to your mouth. Stay tuned. Smug bastard ignores me. I'll ignore you harder, bro. Welding helmet glass inserts are a must. Seriously. We're one of the most sunniest places in the world, just cold AF, and no rats. Small victories. Take the banana a little deeper, sweetie. Maybe it'll notice you. What was my purpose to say, Gabs? I really suck at proofreading. Any ticks or mosquitoes? I can imagine there's little of those too. Say, try. See, I tried to say Tomo, and we got tomorrow out of it. Love is you. Gabbity goo. Thank you for sharing with us in this space. Hope you're still here. I'm pretty far behind on chat, as it is. I'm trying. The last message I can see is at 3:50. Oh my goodness. 23 minutes ago. It's the last message that I have access to on this screen at the very least. Oh, scarf question. If a tree falls in the woods and there's no one to hear it, does it make a sound? It's a very classic question. But I asked, does the tree have a scarf? Probably not. Well, I'm sure there's probably a tree out there that has a scarf as well. You were my brother, Banana King. It was said that you could yellow the bunch, not leave it in darkness. Look, somebody who wants to be bitey. If no one else is gonna take that, stay tuned. You look like you run your finger underneath words when you reach Banana Can. Well, I'll tell you this much. If we're reincarnated, we don't seem to remember anything. I know I don't remember. You passed life, so it is real. You don't remember it. Yeah, I don't know if I believe. I don't know if I believe. Right? And there's the quality of like wanting to extend this existence as well, right? Where I want to notice what life looks like through my lens if I continue to exist within it, right? Will there be more clarity? Will there be less clarity? All right. Only way to find out is to live 1,000 years. Mosquitoes, only if I've had a wet spring, otherwise, very low on the insect count. Small victories for being in a cold place. Spiders are welcome in my home. I always leave them be. Oh, gobs. I don't know if you heard that, but we talked about that earlier too. Best control combat. I think that's where deja vu comes from. Yes, combat exactly. Memory is a function of your physical brain. If it dies with the body, but the memory is not a prerequisite for consciousness. That's true. There's people that literally have like 5 or 15-second memories, right? Where they just keep forgetting, and they're still just as conscious experiencers. All others are friends. Goon cocoon. No, no, please. If you knew the Earth would be destroyed by 5 to 7 a.m. tomorrow, what would you genuinely do in your final hours? What thoughts would arise? And what one thing would you absolutely do before dying? I'd probably eat a bunch of lion's mane, you know, and get my mind really awakened, have my eyes peeled open. And then I'll stay awake until the earth ends, and I'll be there with it when it does. Usher the earth into its ending. That's how I would spend my last moments. Probably do that with people I love, of course, but we can do it together. There's folks that claim they do pass life regression meditations or readings, but I think it's all imagination and the Burnham effect. Yeah, I'm also a little bit convinced of that gobbledygook. Right? It's like again, past life regressions and stuff. It's like, does that serve you? I guess it could make it more clear what your work is. So maybe it does serve some. But yeah, yank it blanket. Why are we talking about spam caverns, Bob? That's a wild one. I've never actually had spam. I think I've had spam once in my life. It's delightful, pan fried of an egg. I'm not 100% sure either way, Gavs, because in psychedelic states, ego detachment is real. And I could see a person being in that state having like information bleed in, if you will, right? Almost like reducing the filters, and then suddenly more comes in. I could see that with some sort of conscious experiences are not useful for survival, but they maybe seep into your mind when you detach it from the ego enough. Mm, yeah, the usefulness for survival thing. All right, your experience as it is right now is tuned the way that it is because it facilitates your continued survival. It facilitates you being able to continue to feed your own face, right? But there's a lot more going on than your senses might reveal. I have eaten spam. I just don't remember. I've never had corned beef either, but my dad ate it a lot. Moon says Samson. I have managed to avoid corned beef so far, and I hope to continue. Shit looks nasty. I have an alien in my window. I mean, spiders do kind of look like aliens, if anything here does, right? I do more than exist. I work for a living. Corned beef. You are changing the world, right? That's one of my favorite things to remind ourselves of is that work is the way in which you change the world, right? Whatever the work it is you do, you're changing the world. MeltMore is right, broken DOS. Corned beef. Melt glass. Facts. We will know how you were just laying there and still existing. Well, 90% of the time, that's what I do. And still, Tomo, your existence continues. I think that the point is to find the ways in which you like existing, right? And then pursuing that path, knowing that you can't always do that, right? And ideally, finding things that are available to you, right? I think free could be a good word to Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day in my neck of the woods. Dawn, welcome, friend. I'm happy that you're having a good one. Thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful day here as well, actually. It looks nice and clear, and it's not too hot. So I should keep a corned beef sandwich on standby in the freezer to throw down in case I'm going to get arrested. You could do exercise, babe. That is a good one, Tomo. Gobbledygoo was right, right? Completely free, and it will be existence, right? You'll be very painfully aware of your existence when you put yourself on a plank and you're just holding it there, like, right? Mm-mm-mm. Good day, Dawn. It'll be rainy here. I am grateful that my lawn and my gardens rejoice. It looks gross, Sam, and my family was the type that would make you take a bite before you could leave the table. Coco. I do need to exercise. I talk a lot, but I walk a lot, but not enough to feel different. Doing some planks, right? That will make you feel different. But Sam, yes, when you're in the squad car, belly full of corned beef, you can melt the window glass with your lethal exhaust and escape. Yes, and if you don't escape, then everyone dies. It's a extra reason to. Don, it's a beautiful here in New York City as well. So much love. Mm, my fella. I do need to exercise. I walk a lot. I think you said that one. That one got echoed a bit. Same here, Gab. My garden is doing well. Everything except the parsnips came up. Oh, well, I'm sure that you had a high success rate in that case anyway. What's your goal, Tomo? Good question to ask. Fresh spinach is good canned spinach. Fresh spinach is good, canned spinach is not good. Okay, there we go. There's a spider, spider, spider. He's deep in my soul, soul. He's lived here for years, years, and we just won't let you go. He's laying around. He's got a mean bite now. He's ready to fight. Piano interlude. Yo, what's happening, Kid D? I am not ignoring you today. Boom. Boom. Get not ignored though. Boom, Kid D. Welcome back. Nice having you here. Stand up for what he knows, and I don't need your trophy, so you're cold. I just want to tell you all, go fuck yourself. For clarity, those are the song lyrics. No one should go fuck themselves. That's the point, Bob. I get into these times where I have no goals. Well, Tomo, I think you have already outed yourself and letting us know that what you want, what the goal is, seems to be more existence, right? So, from that as a foundation, I think we can identify more things that you can be doing. I just found out Oliver Tree passed on. No way, dude. Don't tell me that. Oliver Tree was like in his freaking 30s, dude. You're lying, oh. And you're gonna start getting ignored, Kid D, if you fucking lie to me, oh. Oh my goodness! You're freaking right! He's 30, he was 32. Bruh. Man. That sucks ass, dude. Yossi. That really is so. I actually listened to Oliver Tree's music. I like watched his interviews as well, where he talked about how he had to get ridiculous to get noticed. Right. The fact that making good music wasn't enough. He had to be some sort of character. He died in a freaking helicopter collision. Man, people keep dying in helicopter accidents, yo. I don't think I'm ever gonna fly in a helicopter again. I've flown in a helicopter once. My dad's friend had a helicopter. He landed that thing directly on our farm. That's horrible, dude. It's making me want coffee. Oh, like, yossi. Ugh. Like it's really recent, right? The last 24 hours. Overcoughed myself a bit. Brah. Brah. Man. Cool shots of him. That's Oliver Tree. Life goes on and on and on. Brah. 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 Died at 32, June 14th, yesterday. Dude. That's such a bummer. Freaking helicopters, dude. Freaking helicopters. Helicopter, helicopter. Zoe is laughing in that other room. Hey, Zoe. Let's take a break. Dude. 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 Someone dying at 30. Come on. Can you believe that, Zoe Birdie is? That's tragedy. That's so tragic. Such a tragedy.
Hello, Zoe.
Hello, Zoe. I do know this is Zulu. Boris the spider. You speak Portuguese? No. Huey, what you doing? Come on, mate. Don't be RGB. Come also make some. What you can currently do and what could be cool if you could do it. I don't know how old you are. If you're an Elder Scrolls fan, but the main quest is a lie. All there is side quests. Melt the perpetual. The plural of mantis is mantipi. Yes, that's kind of cool. He's like leaning me. He's like leaning me towards going away. Like, come on, I want to go this way. I want to go this way. He's like falling off almost. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Huh? You don't want to sit on my lap? There you go. Yeah. I give you some head scratch-ums. Oh, it's a sweetie bird. Oh, it's a sweetie. Oh, it's a sweetie birdie. Hmm? Hmm? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go, baby? Hmm? You want to go? You want to go, boy? You want to go, boy? Yeah. You want to go outside? I'll take you outside, baby. I'll take you outside. Ah, there you go. There you go. Bro, I'm like so bummed out. That's not a vibe. You freaking better not die. If I catch you dying, I'm gonna be so bummed out about it. If I can ruin my day or something. All other little lies melt. I have a cursed object. It's called the Dreamer, and it was gifted to me to a super old hippie that gifted it to me. It's a blackboard, and it was done by scratching the blackboard with a nail thousands and thousands of times. Yay, Lone Buffalo? Is there more? Tell me more about that, dude. That is really weird. Absolutely not, bro. If Mantis got humanoid bodies and we're close in size, I'm gonna buy rifles, explosive drones, and go all out warfare. Hell no, man. I probably would try and chat with them first, but it's too close. Sounds extra cursed. I went down the rabbit hole, Dan. Apparently, a human-sized mantis is impossible because of physics. Praying mantis as we know it, at least. Yeah, at least. Existing is to experience existence. I think I agree, Don. But also, at the same time, existence cannot be without you experiencing it. Could it? Right? I do like to believe there is this like field that's created, all right, by you. Hey, baby, you want out? You want some cookie?
Ah,
Come on,
ah,
come on, baby.
ah,
Yeah,
ah,
yeah,
ah,
yeah.
ah.
Ah,
Want a cookie?
I'm gonna get you one.
Ah, ah,
I'm gonna get you some.
ah. Want a cookie?
I'm gonna get you.
Ah,
Look at those. Look at those, baby.
ah. Want a cookie?
I'm getting you cookies. Good girl.
Ah,
I'm gonna put them away for you, okay?
ah,
Come on.
ah.
Don't be mad at me. He's like,
Oh, just give me the cookies. Come on, come on. Just give it to me. Just give me the cookies already. Give me.
there you go. Yeah. Yeah, sit on my lap. Oh, be a good birdie. I'm gonna do this for you. Hey, hey, don't you be me. You be patient. You be patient, though. You be patient. I'm gonna give them to you soon. It's gonna be all you. It's gonna be all for you. Look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that. There they are. There they are now. They're inside there. Now I'm gonna close it up. Yeah, yeah. You excited? You excited for this? You excited, Birdie? He's like, hello. Oh, you're a good girl. Are you such a good girl? Come on. Nice. Let me kiss. Say bye-bye. Fine. It was a quick bye-bye. Say a good bye-bye. Say bye-bye. I'll give you this. But say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. There you go. Good girl. Let's go, baby. This is for you. Mm. There you go, Zoe. Enjoy. Enjoy your cookie. Mm-mm-mm. I haven't learned anything other than I forgot how much I hate mantises. And I want to be a spider because my head hurt with the topic. I'm going back to twerk. Yeah, do like Gob. Just twerk like Gob. That's the best course of action. When you get confused, start twerking about it. Yeah, Melt does shock his dog. What? I'm back. Remember me. Hey, Fishy. It's nice having you here too. Spider. I guess I could give my spiders. The bird, on the other hand, I'm so lost in what's happening in chat. Are you going to get arrested, Sam? What is Sam getting arrested for? No, this is bad. The point I was making about reincarnation is that even if it's real, we don't have any of the memories that are passed on of life. And yeah, I hear you. Melt, I sent you the cursed image. Do I want to see it? Sent in Discord. No direct messages. Is it in the general tab? I don't see anything. Share your work. Where did you send it to me? Instagram? Maybe. I haven't been on Instagram in 3 weeks. Oopsie. Seeing Combat Journeys right now. Yeah, loved you, Combat Journeys. Yeah, I'm a bit lost. I don't know where I'm supposed to look for something, bro. But still, lovey. Voting consistently. Democrat and Donnie's America. Fair point. Give it a month or two. That's Sunny in Philadelphia. And when Charlie got locked in the basement, I was huffing pain. I'm so lost. Okay, we're at the Oliver Tree Thung. Never heard of him before. I keep hearing of him. Someone else too. Yeah, Oliver T. Thing's Crazy Melt. He was in a helicopter. They hit another helicopter. You can literally watch the footage. Pretty messed up. He was awesome. How do you hit another helicopter? Like, that feels like double weird, right? Like some simulation stuff. It's like, yeah, your biggest risk to flying in a helicopter are the other helicopters. Oliver Tree sounds like the name you give when you want to check into a booby motel anonymously. That's hilarious. Helicopter scared the shit out of me. When I was 15, I just about to start sophomore year of high school. The guy I knew from kindergarten, his dad and his uncle all died in a helicopter crash. I've heard of multiple people here in South Africa as well who have died in helicopter crashes. Like it's way more common. Uh, Let me see if I search. Mm, how many people on average die in helicopter crashes in comparison to airplanes and cars? Wonder if the numbers are way skewed because it feels that it has to be. Yeah, I mean, apparently, fatal accidents per 100,000 hours is like 0.73. So it is higher. It's higher than cars and SUVs, but private and small airplanes is still higher than helicopters. So it's airplanes and small private kind of like aircrafts, number one. Helicopters, number two. Cars and SUVs, number three. And then commercial airplanes are almost virtually zero. Yeah. So here it is. Helicopters, non-scheduled flights have a death index of 63, meaning you are roughly 63 times. They are 63 times more dangerous than an airliner per mile. That is bonkers. Helicopters. Helicopters. Okay. I'm kind of like caught up here at least. Mm, the spider. Okay, I think I'm catching up. There we go. The helicopter stuff. Dan's comment about getting scared the shit out of him. Yeah. Should have banned if I was any more direct, buff. Oh, he's cute. Women of culture. We meet again. Thank you for joining us. It's nice having you here. It's a tragedy as well. Helicopters are there. And there was a plane crash. A plane crash yesterday too, Christy. GBs. It's nice having you here, at the very least, sending you love. They were taking the private plane from the Hamptons to Ocean City when they collided with a tourist copter over the East River in New York City. Yeah. There was two helicopters crashes. I don't know who the two, like, how does that happen even? Tails all this time should have zigged when you zagged. It was a plane and they were going skydiving. Guy's name was Doug Altman. He was 15 years old. Shit rocked my high school at the time. Fuck helicopters. They're dangerous. Yeah, I would rather fly an eVTOL 7 times, over 7 times, like 10 times out of 10, instead of flying an helicopter. They are going to be way more stable at the very least. You can like lose most of your motors and still be able to actually land at the very least. I guess I'm not trained and don't have details, but it is the fucking sky. Scary man. You got any tips for stress free? Tips of the day? I take drugs, but still. Ugh. Maybe you should stop. Logan. Maybe that could be the step in the right direction for you, right? If you're still finding yourself stressed, right, and you're taking drugs, then maybe the drugs are adding stress to your experience, and it could be apt to try something else. Helicopters are scary. I've only been in one, and that was because we were flying me to the hospital. I think I remember you saying that actually, right? That you had to go and fetch, and your mom wasn't even there. On mute. Be back. Okay, we'll see you again soon. I've never been in one. When you get confused, start twerking about it. You heard it first here, Fox. You believe in karma? No, not really. I do believe that there is probably some sort of. I think if there is karma, it's like self-decided. It's like what you believe you deserve, kind of thing. I would disagree, combat. You can't remember the first 2 to 3 years of your life, and yet that period has a profound impact on your life. There's no telling what impact a past life may or may not have. There you go. Exactly. Helicopter, helicopter. And the guy knows where I'm going. Then I say you don't remember much of your entire life. Stupid hippocampus. It's true, Lone. Right? Like I've been doing these streams now for thousands of days. And if I go back and watch my own streams, it's very apparent to me that I have forgotten everything, essentially. Right? Most of my experience is forgotten. There's probably the collective database of all of my footage probably knows more about me than I know about myself at this point. Right? There is some stories that are very powerful in my psyche that I'll tell again and again, right? And I am not someone who takes shame in telling a story again. I feel every time you tell a story, you crystallize and you get better at impressing upon the listener the message you're trying to intend. But it is definitely one of those things where our human experience does end up being a little bit of a curated list of stories. Bruh, South Africa lost FIFA. How does that make you feel? Well, Ash G, I didn't even know until just now. So clearly it makes me feel nothing. Makes me feel nothing whatsoever because I don't watch soccer. However, I am willing to find out. Uh, South Africa lost FIFA. We only lost one. Is that it? You get to play one game, and if you lose it, you're out. Is that how it works? Mm, knockout. There we go. Is it over? I care so little that I don't even know if any of it is there to be read. Is it this one? There seems to be games today. Like I don't even know where to find the information, bro. Like I'm so out of the loop. Yeah, no, it doesn't make me feel anything, bro. I want Iran versus US in FIFA, but it's not gonna happen. That would be pretty cool. Would be kind of apt. I feel would be even cooler if Iran ended up winning. I want my coach's parents. One, I guess, one of my coach's parents are literally astronauts. His dad was also an Air Force pilot, and he said he does not mess with helicopters. Think about that, dude. This dude literally flew jets at crazy speeds, went to space, but he's like, hell nah to helicopter. Screw helicopters. Yeah, I get it though. I get it. Again, right? Helicopters are really, really bad. Like, if you understand how the tech works, it's absurd. It's a massive engine that spins a freaking rotor blade, right? Like the fact that that thing stays in the air, it's a miracle. Like I'm trying to think about who invented the first helicopter. Like, why did you do that though? Were the airplanes not working good enough? And these days, I don't think helicopters are going to be around that much longer. The next thing that we'll be flying, if we're going to be flying helicopter-esque things, are going to be these things. EVTOLs. EVTOLs are electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. Battery powered vehicles. Battery powered because we do not want combustion. You don't want an engine being the thing that keeps you up in the air. Near motorcycle helicopters are the motorcycles of the flying world. I like that. Yeah. And these are going to be the new generation of motorcycles, right? There's so many companies coming out of so many different ones. I guess I can just like scroll you down here, right? That's what the future of air travel will look like. At least like personalized mini air travel. Little eVTOLs, right? Because you can run a bunch of motors, right? And if one of your blades die, then at least you have like a bunch of other ones. You'd still be able to actually like land and save your life. But yeah, I ain't flying no helicopters. Right? That's helicopter-esque, but it has enough blades and it's powered by batteries. Right? If anything, maybe it could like use a little bit of like a mini electric generator. But if it's only fuel or combustion keeping you up in the air, I ain't interested. There's so many. I wonder how many different brands there are actually right now. Key industry players are Joby Aviation, Archer Aviation, Beta Technologies, and EHang. How many companies? How many companies are actively trying to make eVTOLs, and how many of them are actually available for purchase today? I think the real bottleneck is still probably going to be energy density, unfortunately. He doesn't want an engine-powered car. I don't want an engine-powered aircraft. I only want the Tesla with butterfly doors, 1,000 horsepower. One of those, Model X's. They officially stopped making them, actually. So maybe you can get a second-hand one at some point. Protection for gangs, clubs, and nations causing grief in human relations. Literally. Me and you both, Kid D. You both. You want one of those too, Prairie Wolf? You want one of those like big? I don't know if you need 1,000 horsepower car, right? Like that's a lot of horsepower. A lot. But the Falcon doors are pretty sick. Well, the way they make drones, I think it's one of the most efficient ways. It's like a helicopter and a plane mixed almost. What's your best life advice? Sohrab Sadat. Best life advice? Give me a second. Learn to love yourself. Right. And I know it sounds cheesy in saying that, but that is really the best life advice that I could have given myself as a young child as well. It's like learn to love yourself. Learn to have compassion, learn to have patience, learn to be kind to yourself and to others. And if you can get really good at that, I'm sure the rest of your life will be way easier. Can I give you a dare? You can give me a dare. Whether or not I will actually do it is going to be a whole different thing. Then showed a photo, baby cries, eyes were like mine. My best life advice is to live and to not try to understand it. Good advice too. Lol, need a 1 kilometer per hour car to drive through 2 feet of snow. Can you flex your biceps? Is that a dare? Flexing my biceps is a dare. Boom. Get dared. Beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. All right. 400 unique companies, 350 to 400 unique companies, startups, aerospace innovators worldwide are actively designing and building eVTOL concepts right now. There are 700 distinct aircraft designs. Pretty cool. And then there's 15 to 20 major manufacturers holding billions of dollars in funding and major airline partnerships that are required to navigate a strict civil aviation certifications. If you are an individual consumer and you're looking to buy an eVTOL to park in your garage and fly today, your options are limited to fewer than 5 companies. Pivotal, selling the Helix, EHang, selling the EH216S, Lift Aircrafts, selling the Hexa. Well, I guess there's less than 3 ones. I can check 3 ones. Let's see this one. The Helix from Pivotal. Oh, oh, 190,000 US dollars. Yeah, they're gonna be cheap. But again, starting at 190,000 US dollars, a single seat. Now it's extra appealing, extra unappealing. I mean, reserve your Helix. I would love to, but can you show me what it looks like before I start reserving things? Is this it? Photo? Ooh, cool. Kind of cool. For 190,000 dollars. Look, you can pre-order one if you want one. Look at that, dude. This one doesn't look that safe to me. I don't know. Come on, there it is. Look at that, dude. Looks like alien tech. All right, Helix. Miss me with that. Let's see how much China is charging. That's probably an American company, is it? Available for purchase and delivery now. You can technically get one of those previous ones. They are technically available. Oh, this one is $400,000. Why are they so expensive? The tech is not that expensive. Don't lie to me, bro. It's probably because it's a novelty thing, right? It's still new, but it's not that expensive. Oh, stop lying. Oh, this one at least can take more passengers. That's why. You could actually fly some people in this one. But still, for that price. Oh, this is the production model. That's what this one looks like. Little cutie. Also looks like a single seater though. I think the first ones are probably going to be single seaters because, again, if people are going to die, they probably just want a single person to die at a time. Kind of yikes to say it in that way. The world's first commercially operational pilotless human carrying eVTOL aircraft. That's the cool thing about these things as well, is they will be able to fly themselves. 2 passenger. Yeah, this one is 2 passenger. 410,000 US dollars. That's a little bit steep. And let's see the Hexa too. These are all available for purchase right now, so that's pretty cool, right? It's not just perspective; it's actually productized. This one looks extra drippy. This is gonna continue spinning. Look at that. More alien tech, but look at the amount of blades you have. All right, and some extra control. Pretty cool too, but also a single seater. And how much is this one? Show me more. Oh, $500,000. Stop. Stop making them so disgustingly expensive. Oh, like I'm gonna have to look far away. Look completely like the cheapest one is $190,000. Ain't gonna get no eVTOLs anytime soon. I need to look already. Subarus are great for snow. Anything all-wheel drive. Yeah, it's true. My car now can plow through the snow. Safety first. How far can it fly on one charge, though? Apparently, all of them have like 60 to like 120-kilometer ranges. So, not nothing, right? Enough to like fly to a city that's like an hour or an hour and a half away from you. That one, this one, the most recent one that I showed you, has a maximum flight time of 18 minutes. You can only do freaking 10 nautical miles. The previous ones were better. I think they were also designed for more like forward thrust. This one is more like that. And it is going to be an Air Force thing first, right? Like, America. The military are going to get them first, of course. But they exist. They do exist. Huzzah. Right? It sucks that people have to literally die in the short term because they are flying helicopters, but ideally, in the future, we'll die less so. I'm personally not a fan of Teslas. They are really cheap, at least, right? You can buy a Tesla that's four-wheel drive for secondhand for less, like half the price than the average new car in America, right? Which is not a bad bargain. Melt, I'm back. Did you see the image I sent you? I tried to look for it, Lone Buffalo, but I couldn't find it. I don't know where you sent it. Did you send it in Discord? Did you send it on... Where did you send it? I don't know where to look. Discord, personal messages. Maybe I have to accept you. Yeah, there you are. Lone Buffalo. Get accepted. Oh my goodness. That is pretty cool. Albeit cursed. I actually like that. Doesn't feel cursed to me. Feels like a work of art. You mind if I show it? There's a lot of detail in it. I can see, dude. Like the freaking beard hairs, like curling between itself. This is nice. You mind if I show? You reading today? I will read in a second. They're not ugly, but the Cybertrucks can go to hell. Yeah, the Cybertrucks do look like trash cans on wheels. I would get myself a 2023, right, like Tesla, if I could pick any car right now, just because they are technically the cheapest to run. Insurance might be the thing that ends up biting me in the ass, but right, at the very least, I would be able to have it drive me. Right, I do not feel comfortable enough to try and drive some of the roads in America, especially your freaking intersections and stuff. One thing I've noticed, people always ask, how come there's no flying cars? And if there are flying cars, if you want a flying car, you're also a pilot. Yeah, we'll have to have very sophisticated like AIs before we can have flying cars, I think. Did you see the image? Yeah, 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 yeah. Would you like, Wolf, you don't like flying? I travel the way the good Lord intended by car. The floating object has a face in it. Hmm. I can kind of see what you mean. It's not immediately clear though. I thought the good Lord intended was to travel via conscious expansion. Yo, you the parrot guy. We have a parrot at our home. I wouldn't call myself a parrot guy, right? But yeah, I got parrot user. I honestly hate flying. It's boring. The jet lag, uncomfortable. The uncomfortable for me. Like I am not comfortable sitting in plane seats. I've never flown anything other than economy, so I think that probably adds a little bit to my bias. But still, uncomfortable because I can't afford first class. Yeah, I just love traveling. Yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to afford business class at the very least. Please read me. Will my anxiety be gone forever? My heartbreak made it worse. You know, I hear you, bro. I drink the entire flight. Yeah, I don't drink as well, so I get like extra things working against me, Christy. Why do you type like that? Consider turning your underwear inside. Because I would. It could be an egg, a cocoon, who knows? Fair. Also, I don't think you haven't given me permission to show our friends. It is a really cool work of art. Pretty trippy. I do like it. Please do. There we go. I'd be happy to. I love traveling by train. Fair. Also, that wasn't cool. My bad, dude. What happened? I love traveling by train. Planning a Canada road trip via rail. That sounds cool, Prairie. If you ever come to America, hit us up. There's a flying car coming, actually. Melt, look it up. I've already seen that one, right? Where it's like the car has like a throughput where literally you can put air through the sides of the car. I think that's the one you're talking about, right? It looks like a car body shape, but it has fans in it or blades in it. The Joby. Let's check. No, it's not the one I thought it is. Did you say Joby? It's gonna be a new flying taxi service in New York City, and apparently they're trying to make it affordable to consumers by the 30s, the year 2030. The 30s. I'm imagining 2030. I think it will be, bro. Again, it's batteries and motors, right? And it will fly itself. So I can imagine it actually being relatively cheap, relatively quick. Yeah, Joby Aviation. That's one of the ones that we did mention earlier as well. All electric air taxis. It's gonna be pretty cool, but they're gonna have to be very sophisticatedly controlled. Here's the piece of art that Lone Buffalo sent me. On a blackboard, a person did that with nails, thousands of nail scratches. Really trippy. I don't know if it's cursed though. I can kind of see why you would think it's kind of cursed because, like, what am I looking at? Kind of thing. Is that guy's hand turning into a ball? Is he holding that ball? Why does that ball have so many textures? Weirdly enough, it looks like the image is coming through clearer on the stream than it is in person. You did send me a little bit of a blurry photo, but still very cool. Your friend request has been accepted, Lone Buffalo. Ooh, I see you have a cool little tag. Very nice. His chat Bobby will has fire on. Very cool. All right. I return. It's all right. Don't worry about it. No, it's not like that, Melt. It looks more like an osprey. Yeah. I think the one that I saw is the one that you were talking about. I thought you were talking about one of the other ones. This is the Joby Aviation one. Loading. Ooh, cool. That's cute. Yeah. How about that American design? Stop showing me. Thank you. There it is. Ah, nice. Am I supposed to? Oh, yes. When you scroll, it. Oh, it's supposed to look like it flies upwards. Oh, cool, cute. Very. Stop. You don't have, you're doing too much. I just want to see your aircrafts. Just show me the aircrafts, please. It is kind of cool. Skip traffic. Time to fly. There it is. Keep scrolling to get the video to keep going. Yeah. Landing, and then flies up again. I look forward to the future. It's gonna be sick living in the future. Gonna be so cool living in the future. Whoa, that does look extra cursed. What if you just buy an electric air taxi so that you can have it all the time and don't have to call for one at a time? You could do that, user. However, most people aren't gonna want one, right? Because after you get off of the air, you're gonna stop worrying about the air taxi and you want to start worrying about the place that is you're going, right? It's kind of nice to just set it and forget it kind of thing. You don't have any single spammer on your live. Shocked. Yeah, Rogan. I think people have realized that this is not a space to spam within, right? We have established a pattern of peace in this space. While you're looking at shit melt, can I bother you to look at my art in the creative channel? I'd be happy to, Sam. They should make drive only electric air taxis to make them more affordable. No, no, they shouldn't. They really shouldn't. I, I, I don't know if you mean drive only, as in like you should drive it yourself only, like no AI, but near. No, I don't think they should do that. I'm heading to the shower. Bless Marcus. Have a good one. Get clean. Let me see Sam's art quickly. In the creative tab. Creative space. There we go. Ooh, those are my colors. This one, you want to show me? It's like a sunrise. Sunrise that explodes into purple blue skies. That's really cool, Sam. I like the gold selling streaking that you have at the bottom, and then the gold at the bottom being like the main show. Almost has like a little bit of a plant like growth to it as well. 50 years from now, don't drink and fly. Call an Ubercopter. An Ubercopter, the next frontier, in aggressively marketing class action lawsuits. No, I meant drive only air taxis, as in they can only drive on the roads to make it more affordable. Very cool. It is, right? Thank you, Sam, for sharing your work with us as well. That is pretty cool. Those are my colors as well. Like, I really like those colors. Gold, purples, and blues. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, it's time for us to pull a card and finish it up. I mean, like, think about it. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know what you're saying, user. The air taxis are going to drive on the roads to make them more affordable. That's what we have taxis for. We have ground taxis that probably will get super cheap, right? Like there is going to probably be in the next 5 years like hundreds of thousands of Tesla robo taxis on the road as well, right? And the cost per mile will get so cheap that it will almost not make sense anymore to purchase your own vehicle. But I don't know if that's what you mean. Wolf would win in a fight. Who would win in a fight? A moose, a pizzly, or a GSP? I'm so lost. An air taxi, they're just driving the road. I think a moose. Moose would probably win. Yeah, mooses are big. It's cheaper not to drive them than to fly. No, it's not. It wouldn't be. Right? Technically, it would take less energy because you wouldn't have to lift something off the ground. Right? But a air taxi wouldn't have wheels, right? So it would not have the same efficiencies to be able to be rolling around. A grizzly made of pizza? No, not Pizza the Hut. Polar bear and a polar bear and a grizzly, a pizzly. Get it on. Talking about talking about. Hello from Uganda. Hello. I want to make some sort of like a rich prince joke, but I don't think I should. I think that's insensitive. That's just fundamentally not the point of an air taxi. It's an air taxi, exactly. They should give the air taxi wheels, remove the propellers, and then add a steering wheel. Then problem solved. Yeah, and then we can have like cabin and stuff, and maybe we can have like the GPS again, and then we just make people drive it themselves, and then we make them super cheap. Boom, problem solved. We'll sell it. We'll call it cars or something. Like we'll have some cool name for it. And everybody will stand in line to get themselves one. It's kind of like saying we should use a gun as a melee weapon to conserve bullets. Exactly, Dan. Biodiesel is a renewable resource. Yeah, so is electricity. Right. Let's do electricity instead. It's just about battery density at this point, and we're figuring it out. Apparently, Donut Labs was lying about that solid state battery they were making, or they claim that they have figured out how to make. I still want to believe. I still want to believe that it's real, but apparently it might not be. CATL is apparently coming out with sodium ion batteries that have pretty high energy density as well. Duct tape at the end of the year, so the batteries will get cheaper, but they might not be 400 watt hours per kilogram dense just yet. And I think that's where we're gonna have to get to make the eVTOLs really pop. Right? They need to have really dense batteries. In the meantime, we'll have to be waiting for technological evolution to occur. Cars need to be lighter and more efficient. Go and check out the Aptera. That's the car that I really want. If I could get any car in the world right now for free, I would get an Aptera with a 1,000-mile range. I would literally just like lose my mind instantly if I could drive that car right now. Very light. Aptera. Let's see, nobody is stopping me. Waiting for technology? Stop. Thank you. Hoopy stopped me. But I already put my cards down at that point. Technology will arrive. You don't know about the Aptera? I'm happy to show you this. Check this thing. You were talking about efficient cars. Look at that. That's the inside. This is what I want. This is the production model, and they were still building it. That thing looks fresh. That thing looks fresh to death. And I don't know if you've noticed, but it's covered in solar panels. Look at that. Solar panel coverage. Because if you park this thing in the sun, it'll charge itself. You'll get 40 miles of range per day of bright sunlight. Oh yeah. Aptera. It's a US company. They should start releasing this year. It's publicly traded. Oh, cool. I didn't know they were publicly traded by now. And I think the first ones should be delivered this year. There it is. Solar mobility. And there it says, designed with 700 watts of integrated solar panels, giving you up to 40 miles per day, completely off grid. I guess I could probably get one of the 400 miles on a charge cars. I don't need 1,000 miles on a charge, but I would love 1,000 miles. Let's see how much it will cost. This website is trash. So bad. It's fine. Reserve your Aptera. I don't want to reserve anything. I want to see what they cost. What do they cost? Tell me what they cost. Aptera car price. There we go. Yeah, between $28,000 and $55,000 for the best one, right? The $28,000 one will have like 250 miles, and the $55,000 one will have 1,000 miles of range on a charge. That's a big boy. 1,000 miles of range. I would legit. I would. Please, can I have? Please, can I have it? Please. Maybe I should wait. Get myself one of these instead of a car that drives. I don't think these cars will drive themselves though. You might be able to use like open pilot or something like that. So they should be able to drive themselves, kind of. But again, some companies have way more of a lead, a proven expertise in driving them themselves. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Need to be lighter. Good. We're going back to 50s styling. Yeah. It's all plastic SUVs now, anyway. Yeah, I think that is carbon fiber. The entire body composite is made of carbon fiber. So strong in light for that reason. What up, workaholics? Hey, Dream Tooth. It's nice having you here with us. I'm good of that 50s vibe, right? Could that car survive being submerged in a flyby chili crisp? I don't know. What if they add another wheel and then and remove the roof and then raise the car and make it diesel? Electricity is the future, bro. Did you say indica solar panels? That's lit, brother. What did I say that? In the car, solar panels, all this car talk. It's just gonna buy an old European car that has 3 wheels. No cargo space. What do you do of your home stuff? No, actually, check this. That's the cool thing about this vehicle is that you do actually have cargo space. Check, 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 check. There you go. That's what the boot looks like. Right, it's a 2-seater. So let's get this one that's more light. It won't be the most, but you'll basically have like a truck bed back there. There you go. There's a person that literally put a freaking surfboard in the back of their Aptera. 2 surfboards. There's one at the bottom too. You can put a whole surfboard in there. All right. This looks fake. I think that's fake. There's one with a ladder. And I'm like, no, that ladder looks like it's a little bit not a real ladder. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, you should have enough space. Apparently, you have enough space to sleep in there, even. Right? So you should be able to have some cargo space. Let me check. Golden earring music. Bring a backpack, Barry. I don't my daily driver. The SUV will be the family car. In that case, physics go whoosh, a flesh goes plop. What the fuck? It was literally just looking like a toy car, but life size. The Citroen Ami in Paris. That's so cute. Melt, I can dig an indica solar panel, but my preference is for a hybrid one. You were one smug SOB. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. Appreciate you sharing with me what you believe. Keep doing that. Stay tuned and stay tuned. I stand corrected about cargo space. Still need a truck to bring shit home from IKEA. You might need to. It should be enough. Like the way they designed that car is like the average thing that people like traveling with, like golf clubs. Like golf clubs easily go in the back of that. And they do sell, or they plan on selling, little mattress setups and tent setups where you can like lift your back and then you have like a whole. Let me show you this. You have like a whole tent in the back there. Then, right? Some people will be sleeping in these dudes. There you go. That's the tent setup. I love this, right? This is like my dream car, but they are not in production yet, not in full production. Technically, let's see. Are these vehicles in full production, and where can I find them? Are these vehicles in production? Where can I find them, or when will I be able to buy one? Stop it. Fuck, and I'll lose my mind. I'll lose my mind. Stop. It's still listening. Stop listening to me and just search. I'm fucking losing my mind. Fucking exit out. All right. Copy my own message, then exit out, then repost it, and then hit send. They're not in mass production yet. But apparently, late 2026 is when the initial deliveries will start. Yeah, that's what I said, right? And then apparently there will be general pre-orders next year and the year after next year. But it's going to be strictly U.S. market first, and then international deliveries will follow once the vehicle is actually like being pumped out. So end of this year, those will start getting made, which is also pretty cool. Trike style bad. Snowmobiles that are good. Bring a backpack. Mm, mm. Cargo space. My husband has a truck. There you go. I know a guy who only works on Citroens. All right, bet. I'll look up getting a tiny European car from like the 80s. Quite a niche business. What if you make it 20 foot longer and 30 seats and ask people for money to go places to compensate for electricity costs? Look up the Emmy. I know the Emmy. It's like a cute little two-seater as well, right? It's like a little box car. I love mini cars. Let me see. The Emmy Citroen. Yep, this is the car I thought it was. So cute. Adorable, and these are also real. They exist on the roads. Look at that thing. Isn't that adorable? Little two-seater. Also electric, very efficient. Right, and if you're in the city, what more do you need? Right? Swagger to anyone? Swagger? It looks like some kind of sea creature that I'll find while driving. So mostly important. It could sell swagger at the possum. Okay, I think I'm done. They were technologically advanced with the era. True user. There's so much happening in chat. I feel like we're all just having fun of it at this point. I feel like Dan has met his match with his user friend. All right. All right. Somebody tell me to stop. Somebody. If you have it in you to tell me when to stop, I will do so. And then whenever I see a stop in chat, my thumb will pull the card that it's on in that moment. A swagger from troughs. Exactly, Prairie Wolf. Prairie Wolf is on it. She knows. She knows. Yes. Swagger tastes better from the trough. No microplastics. Hell yes, Prairie. You guys are creating a flying prison. This is what it's all about. Your friend. Somebody tell me to stop, please. Somebody tell me when to stop. Don't laugh at my pain, Christy. Stop me. Stop. Somebody stop me, please. Stop. Don't stop. I'll stop. Freaking oppositional defiance. Boom. Apsara's hands again. Layers of completion. We were talking about cars a lot, and look, there's circles. Circles are like wheels. Yeah. Yeah. Circles are like wheels, boom. Boom, it makes sense. It makes complete sense. Boom. Achievement and completion. It goes gracious, playful. Female deities called Apsaras are found sculpted everywhere throughout the great temple complex at Angkor Wat in Cambodia. 9. Exaggerated hand movements borrowed from these captivating sculptures complement the image of pink water lilies that fill a pond facing this famous temple. 9 is the number of completion. The achievement of the ancient Khmer cultures are undeniable. Three circles offer a sense of wholeness as you three circles. Last thing that I showed you, friends, was a three-wheeler, right? Technically, I showed you that little mini Ami, but that's 3. Boom, more synchronicities. I've had him pull this card like 3 times now. Yeah, you must be resisting some sort of completion, Lone Buffalo. It's not a prison. It's just not a flying car. Stop. Yes. It's not a prison because they pay to be there, even though they are forever indentured in servitude, right? Never allowed to go back to the ground. It's not prison. The word race car becomes race card when you add a D. Just one letter is totally different. For example, feeling sad, now you're feeling sad. Totally different. Resist completion as long as possible. Learn Buffalo? Listen. 3 circles offer a sense of wholeness as you contemplate the completion of this chapter of your life. You have accomplished much and realize success in the achievement of your purpose. As you approach the conclusion of this phase, honor the work you have completed and the decisions that have brought you to this moment. It is time now to expand your vision and choose a new path, for each life is filled with beginnings and endings. Even our highest aspirations find completion. Life continues in a manner that is not always predictable, yet, with an attitude of flexibility and a sense of adventure, you will see that new horizons and fresh opportunities are always available. Look to your future with optimism and hope, knowing that magic and new horizons are just around the corner. The reverse meaning, and I do think I pulled it upside down, goes as you resist completion, you diminish what you have accomplished. Ease into the knowing that everything is temporary and that endings beget new beginnings. Feels like an apt card to go alongside this existence talk that we've had today. Angela from Italy says good morning to her favorite people. It's us. It's nice to see you as well every day. It makes me so happy. Have a blessed day. Angela, makes me happy to make you happy, friend. Makes showing up every day all the more worth it. I appreciate your love. But what if the beginning is the new ending instead? What if you exist even if it all ends? User. They're trying to build a prison. Search. And then making decisions what they can solve the riddle. They're stuck prison before to eat swagger out of troughs. They like it. They like eating swaggers out of the trough. They like it, Christy. I asked them, yes, electric shock is administered if they pick the I don't like it option, right? But that's neither here or there. From the census, all of them like it a lot. They love it all the time. I resist completion as long as possible. All right. All right. We had some chats about existence. We heard that someone ceased to exist because of helicopters. We discussed the future and transportation, shared some hopefulness for how we can exist in this world without the same systems that sometimes hurt us. I look forward to continuing our existence together, sharing in this existence alongside you, friends, sharing the parts of my existence with you, you sharing parts of your existence with me, us existing here together indefinitely. I'll exist again here tomorrow with you. Thank you for existing at all. I appreciate you, friends, and I'm sending you so much love. Goodbye now. And ta everyone. I'm excited for better hardware tech. Same, dude. It's only going to get better and faster and cheaper. Like 3D touchscreens. Please, 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 please. I ain't sharing my existence with you. I'm keeping it for me. Well, user, I'm taking it though, whether you like me to or not. Yes, taking all of that existence. We're sucking it through the conscious experience that we all have. Get existed. I'll see you friends again tomorrow. No, actually, give me your existence. Actually, I have too much existence, user. Here, have some.